In this lesson, we'll be working on the project 15C. Let's look at some common color problems and how to fix them. This is an interview shot from a corporate video. The shot has a number of problems, mainly incorrect white balance and poor exposure. Apply the color corrector three-way. Double-click and go to the Visual tab. And click the white Auto Balance eyedropper. Then click on the white background. The white balance is corrected. If you have an area of known black in the shot, you can do the same with the black Auto Balance eyedropper. The mids eyedropper is useful if you shot a chip chart with your slate. Always a good idea, and of course, not available here. But I want to correct the midtones myself because I think the flesh tones are too red. Take a look at the vector scope. See the diagonal line between the red and yellow color targets? This is the flesh tone line. We want the traces for the skin tones to line up with it exactly. Click in the canvas and hit the W key until you see the wireframe over the image. Hit C for the crop tool and crop it down so you only see the face. In the vector scope, we can now see how far we are from the flesh tone line. Nudge the mids color balance indicator to compensate until the traces are centered on the line. Then, click on the Motion tab, and beside Crop, hit the Reset button. Back in the Visual tab, drop the blacks a bit to increase contrast. Raise the whites by the same amount to correct exposure, and raise the mid-level to about here. Now bring up the saturation. And we're looking at a usable shot. The remarkable thing about the flesh tone line is that it works regardless of the ethnicity or apparent skin tone of the subject. Park the playhead over the next clip and select it. Crop down to an area of solid skin tone. And we find that the traces are clustered in the same place. Add the color corrector three-way and adjust the mids using the flesh tone line as a reference. Increase the saturation slightly, then go to the Motion tab and remove the crop. She looks great, but next we have another angle from a different camera, and it's a mess in comparison. How do we get them to match? Add the color corrector three-way to the problem clip, double-click it, and go to the Visual tab. Let's start with the flesh tones, but this time we have a reference. In the previous shot, we've already set the skin tone we want to match. So click on the Match Hue eyedropper. Park the playhead over the good clip, and click to get a sample of the flesh tone, here on the shoulder where it's neither too bright nor too dark. The color you sampled is loaded in the Match Color indicator, and one of the Auto Balance eyedroppers has turned green. Click on it, and park the playhead over the bad clip. Now, click on an area that should be the same color. A big improvement. To compare the frames, load the Frame Viewer by hitting Option 7. This gives you a split-screen view of the frames of your choice for comparison. In the lower right pop-up, select Current Frame. In the lower left, select Previous Edit. Drag the green handle to expose different parts of the frame for comparison. It's pretty good, but the background's still off, and I'm seeing too much red in the fringe and strap of her costume. Hit the Match Hue Reset button to clear the previous color sample. Click on the Match Hue eyedropper, and in the Previous Edit, select the strap color here. Click back to the second clip, click the green eyedropper, it's in the blacks this time, and click on the strap. Much better. Once you've matched the hue or angle of the adjustment, you can hold the Shift key while dragging the indicator to change the magnitude or saturation of the correction. And Match Hue doesn't affect levels, so you may need to adjust contrast. So far, we've used the Color Corrector three-way to apply overall corrections to the levels and color balance of the image. This is known as primary color correction. When we target specific portions of the image, we're getting into secondary color correction, which we'll explore in the next lesson.